you could play for Dan Campbell, right? Right? That
Oh,
guy, right?
absolutely.
What would that be like? What do you think that would have been like? Barry Sanders playing for Dan Campbell. Barry, come on.
Well, I think it would have been awesome. I think it would have been awesome, man. I mean, the way he has these guys playing, and especially with this current offensive line, Rich. I mean,
yeah, right. Yeah,
but aside from that, you know, he certainly has instilled certain expectations, a certain standard that he expects from the guys. You know, we've seen things building to this point with this team. You know, you go into Green Bay last year, you know, and knock them out of the playoffs, and really play like you're the team that has something to play for. You come back this season, they go into Kansas City and beat the Chiefs, and it's just and from there, you know, you fast forward to today. You know, they had a great game where they could have easily lost that game with the turnovers that they had and pulled it out. They're just playing like a very mature, well-coached, disciplined team that really are, you know, have learned to win. They're leading the division. You know, you look at Philly. Maybe Philly's the favorite. You look at the Cowboys. You look at the Niners. The Lions are in that conversation.
They are.
You know, we don't want to get too ahead of ourselves, but they're in that conversation, and the fans are thrilled that they've played up to their potential, and there's a lot more for this team to do this season.
You're not lying, Barry. I mean, you know all about the Restore the Roar projects and how long it's been going, and it just feels different. You know, this one feels different. Do you know the last time the Lions had 8 wins going into Thanksgiving? Do you know when that was?
No.
I could tell you. You played 1991. That was the last time. They had 8 wins going into Thanksgiving. It was also the last time the Lions won a playoff game in that season as well. That's how long it has been. And it just feels different, Barry. It just really does. And you mentioned
it is different.
You know, right?
It is different. Yeah, for sure. It is different. And these you look at the way this roster is constructed, how well these guys are playing, and a lot of these guys haven't even touched their prime. You know, and it is different. And I know they have this team has expectations of their own, that's well beyond just the playoffs. You know, and you look at just how they're playing, and the fact, but the fans deserve it. You know, we feel like we've waited long enough. You know, we know that this team has great potential written all over it, and they're fulfilling that to this point in the season.
You know, it's kind of funny, Barry. You know, I was mentioning in our meeting on NFL Network over the weekend that, hey, you know, if the Lions beat the Bears, they'll have 8 wins going into Thanksgiving. You know, and I said the same thing. Do you know when the last time that was? And Michael Irvin was interested in the answer until I told him when it was. Why do you think Michael wasn't interested in hearing about 1991, Barry?
I have a really good idea, because he was part of that Dallas team. Yeah, I remember that.
You beat.
I remember that.
You took him out.
Yeah.
You took him out.
We did, but he went on to win, I think, 3 Super Bowls in the next 4 or 5 years.
You helped build the character for him, Barry. You helped build the character. You know what I mean? That's what you did.
When you see Mike, tell him he's very welcome, man. He's very welcome.
I will do that. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.